Job, career challenges, personal problems, relationship issue. When AI can't solve your problems, try a human approach. Ayyo, contact Loy Machedo.
All right, a nice little College Times report, courtesy one of my favorite investigative journalists. You can Google search Mazhar Faruqi if you want to know more about him. So it seems our infamous boy toy, Tinder Swindler. Yeah, Andrew Tate is known as a guy who, that term is, I don't know, lover boy or something. He makes them do things. So this guy, you really need to see his documentary to understand the power of influence that he has on women. His charm, his persona, he makes women go crazy for him. Obviously, not all women, but he has, there's a method to the madness. They say, no, you can be a genius, but you can either be a good genius or an evil genius. And I don't know why. Most of the time, it's easier to be an evil genius. And being an ex-playboy, I know, I'm taking a little bit of credit there. In my younger days, it's a fascinating, I'm telling you honestly, it is a fascinating field where if you know how to capture women's imagination, if you know how to make women want you, desire you, if you can make women even borrow money and take care of you, man, you are the mass manipulator of the ages. Now, in my case, no, I didn't ask. I didn't ask women to give me money, but yes, I love the thrill of the chase. And coming from a conservative background where I was not allowed to talk to women, to becoming the playboy, I take a little bit of pride there. But I don't recommend people to do it because, there's yin yang. There are not so good things. But I can definitely tell you one thing before you start crucifying me. I never misguided women. I never gave them false promises. I never told them, I'll marry you if you do this. I'll give you my life or borrow the money. That I never did. Okay. However, this Israeli buddy, he's called an Israeli fraudster, Simon Leviev. Leviev? Yeah. He somehow is the granddaddy, the OG of manipulating females. If you could say Andrew Tate is at a level, I rate this guy even higher than Andrew Tate in terms of manipulation, in terms of how he is able to read through female. Imagine he just talks to you on the phone. He talks to females. You must see the documentary. Okay. So this guy, Simon Leviev, whose real name is Shimon Yehuda Hayut. My goodness, if he had that name, I don't think any female would fall for him. Okay, so he's an Israeli con artist, really good at what he does. In fact, he got himself a new hot girl, really hot, and she's endorsing him. So he was notorious after his 2022 Netflix documentary, The Tinder Swindler, although he claims that, no, I'm innocent, which he will. He estimated he took almost 10 million US dollars from women. So you can imagine how many women fell for him. And these were not multimillionaires, these were simple women. He made them borrow money, he made them destroy their lives. So what he used to do is he used to use Tinder to find victims. He would charm them with his extravagant lifestyle. You can see, all so-called branded looks, Rolex and private jet. And the females, who fell for him, I kind of don't feel sorry for them because they fell for not only his looks or his charm, they fell for his Rolex expensive watch. They fell for his persona that I'm a multi-millionaire, billionaire son. He positioned himself as a diamond merchant son, a very well-known guy. And he claimed that he was his son. Okay. And I think he got subsequently sued for that. So these females who are falling for him were not actually in love with his good heart. They were in love with also for the perks and benefits. So I don't feel sorry for them. And some people say they were gold diggers, all that. I leave that up to you to decide. So what he would do is he would sign into expensive hotels, 5-star hotels. He would rent out Rolls Royce. He would have all expensive dinners, all funded by previous girlfriends. And then he would send them his photograph, babes, I miss you. I'm having this 5-star meal or this butler or this Rolls Royce. I really wish you could be there. So females were like, oh my goodness, oh, he is going to be with me. One day we're going to be married forever. Okay. And once he would get you to fall for him, he would always claim that he was having an emergency. He was having life-threatening sickness, or that one female, you can Google search, she fell for Brad Pitt because apparently it seems Brad Pitt was contacting her and she actually believed it. I'm not joking when I tell you this. I had a client, female from Europe. I will not give you details because she was my client. This is 7 years ago or something. She told me that Sheikh Mohammed's son, Sheikh Sheikh Faza, he's madly in love with her. And this is before AI technology even came into prominence. And there would be photographs of him, which was obviously morphed onto someone else's body, but done very well. In the bathtub, in the bedroom, babes, I miss you, I love you. And you can call Dumb and Dumber because he used to ask her money, help me. I want to escape from my father, and only you can help me, help me. And she would pay him money. Seriously, she would pay him money to a ruler's son. Can you let that sink in? Okay, let that sink in. Now you can laugh, but I'm telling you, there are people like this. So even that female, she thought she was talking to Brad Pitt when she was talking to some other. I don't know. You call it. It's not catfishing. Okay, whatever. So once he would say, "Oh, I'm in deep trouble and all that. Give me the money. I'll pay you back 10 times over." Once the money came, well, he vanished, and then that number would be blocked or whatever. He would tell women that his credit card and bank accounts were frozen. He needed money, life and death situation. And these females, well, they would fall for him. And it's like I said, it's not because of his good heart. It's because they were dreaming about a life where they have a guy with a private jet, multiple Rolls Royce, billions of dollars. Yeah, so why not? A little bit of investment, they would see. So early crimes, he was charged with theft, forgery, fraud in Israel, but he escaped to another country. And then he was sentenced to 2 years in a Finnish prison in 2015. In 2019, he was arrested again in Greece for using a forged passport, and he was extradited to Israel. But it seems that this is his bread and butter. He can't think of anything else. And then he defrauded women again. Okay. He was sentenced for 15 months in prison, and he was released only after serving 5 months. The Israeli government is very kind-hearted here. So after 5 months, he came out again, and once again, he started defrauding others. Best part was after the documentary, instead of being ashamed, he became a celebrity. He denied all the claims, saying that it was a made-up movie. And females actually even more attracted to him. So I don't know whether to feel sorry for such women. However, right now what has happened is Shimon Hayut was being, I don't know if that name is right, he's been arrested on 15th September in Georgia on Interpol red notice. And the reasons are not clear, but his lawyers obviously his lawyers will say he's innocent or whatever. So you can read the article and get a few updates of what he has done. Here it seems a Norwegian who was 29, she gave him 270,000 US dollars. Ooh, after being wooed by a private jet from London to Bulgaria. He knows how to invest and he knows how to get his ROI. And as he even launched a cryptocurrency, by the way, Tinder expired. And people fell for that. He drove in a rented Rolls Royce, obviously taking a lot of photographs, sharing it on social media. Victims of his scam, some very tough names to pronounce: Eileen, Fiji, Helio, whatever, Panier, Sojolom, blah, 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 whatever. Like I said, I don't feel sorry for these victims because they knew what they were doing. They were investing into their future. So finally, the Tinder, it alleged that he defrauded banks of 1 billion in a Ponzi scheme. 1 billion, huh? Oh, I didn't know that. So I guess he's a very rich guy. And if he goes in jail, he'll be the richest prisoner ever. So what do you think? You feel sorry for him? You feel sorry for the females? Let me know your thoughts. Love to hear from you. Man, what a talent here. Kya talent. All right. You guys take care. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free. Comment down below. It's me saying bye.